Hello to all my people, and if you're watching live, checking us out on YouTube, or listening on your favorite podcast provider, you are most definitely my people. Welcome to another episode of Botched and Chair Shots. We still have high hopes of delivering quality wrestling content, and if not, we'll sprinkle in some pop culture or, office trivia, so we still get over. I'm your host, a chef by trade and a mark by choice. I am the Will Gray, and joining me tonight is the executive producer extraordinaire for Rivet City Radio and Off the Top Media. He is our boy Scalz. Scalz, how are you?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm well, just kind of hanging out, getting rolling, settling in. New program jitters for the first time, so I think we'll be okay. Directly below Scalz on your screen, but in the center of my heart is everybody's favorite Ginger Ninja. He is the co-host of the Wrestltok Wolfpac, and over on Twitter or over on Twitch now. He's got his own
Kick.
Twitch now, or Kick.
Well,
That's
Kick.
where you're now. Jaxbo, I love you. Tell everybody where the fuck you're at these days.
I'm on kick.com/the Ginger Ninja Jaxbo 89. I do wrestling watch alongs now.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. But he's here on Botch Spots and Chair Shots tonight. And directly below me on the screen, but that's not right because I'm going to move her now, is the Hova to my Beyonce, the Bonnie to my Clyde. She is the brains behind the operation. She is the boss bitch, Miss Al. Al, how are you?
I'm good. I'm glad to be on StreamYard because #fuck Streamlabs. Because, it's a piece of shit. So hopefully we won't have a stream crash and a rage quit today.
That's not going to happen. Everything's going to go off the chains. It's going to be a perfect episode. I feel it in my heart. Everybody's cool, calm, and collected. But that being said, I've got to ask. So, Scalz, I'm going to start with you, buddy.
Okay.
What has you pissed off for greatness this week in pro wrestling? What has you the most worked up? Good, bad, indifferent? What has you worked up in pro wrestling this week?
Can it be somebody in the IWC?
Yes.
Absolutely. It can be whatever you want.
Because JD for New York has me pissed off for greatness this week.
Absolutely. Please.
And
As you were.
his post about the shaving of Shotzi's head and him blaming Vince McMahon for the idea that it was done because of him pissed me off entirely once I found out the actual reason as to why she did it. If you are not aware, Shotzi has decided to shave her head in support of her sister, who is currently going through chemo for cancer. So what pissed me off about it was the fact that after he was made aware of it, he said, people are going to be pissed off at me, but I don't give a shit. And he's doubling down on what he was saying. So that's what pisses me off this week in wrestling.
Yeah.
I agree. That was actually like the literal first thing on my news and rumors.
What's up, noob?
Why does everyone have to still try to blame Vince?
For everything, apparently.
It's not that everybody
Like Triple
does
H
it.
can do stuff now.
But it's not that everybody does it. It's he does it every single time. Every time it's something he doesn't like. Oh, that must have been a Vince call. No, stop it. Yes, we know he's back. He's part of Denver. He's the CEO or whatever it is of the WWE side of things. That doesn't mean everything is running through him. And if you notice lately, there's been no mention of him even changing scripts.
He was backstage at MSG, but then again, that's like the lifeblood of the McMahon territory, so it makes sense for him to be there.
It's literally a train ride to Connecticut.
Well, I mean, no, you're not wrong. I have a soft spot in my heart for the C word for obvious reasons, so I'm never going to, do any of that kind of. That's, I'm always going to take the that lazy journalism from JD from New York. You're absolutely right, Jamie Rose.
Double meaning, hence the laughter.
Jaxbo,
What's got me pissed off for greatness?
give it to me, Bubba. How are
I'm
you?
so fucking happy Ricky Starks won.
Are you?
I'm so fucking pissed off on how he won.
Yeah. Keep him on your
He
list, Al. We'll still talk about it.
Everybody steal my news and rumors.
God, it was so. He should. That Nick Aldis not winning last night.
I can't. I've got a couple Impact notes that I want to bring up, and I'm glad that you said that because that'll definitely be on the table a little bit later in the episode.
Every title changed hands last night, but that one.
I don't necessarily think that's a bad idea. I don't think it's a bad call.
What?
But once again, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll
What?
get there. So, okay. I mean, my pissed off for greatness is actually an Impact thing too. I mean, truth be told, it does have to do with Impact. My pissed off for greatness is that they squashed Nick Saban in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I was real angry about the fact that because I mean, to be completely honest, and Scalz loves it. He smiles every time I have to eat crow. But I tweeted at the beginning of the match, like, Lio Rush is a crybaby. He loses, then takes his ball and go home. And about the time I hit send, 90 seconds later, Lio Rush squashes him at the end of the match. And I'm like, I don't even watch wrestling.
Not to be fair, I said the same thing in our watch along with it that we were doing in my Discord, that somebody said something, I go, well, it's about time for him to retire again. So we both had the same thought process, and then that happened. So and then we're watching, you go, well, I figured out my pissed off for greatness this week.
That's exactly what I said too. Al, that rounds out the panel there.
Wrong.
He did say Nick Saban, Jamie. It's supposed to be Chris Saban.
Oh,
Wrong.
Oh.
You didn't ask me.
I did. I said that leaves you.
No. You said that rounds out the panel.
Oh, I thought I said you. I guess.
Oh.
I guess you round out the panel, Al.
Oh, okay. Well, so my piss off for greatness is going to tie into my first news and rumors. So, this may not be. Let me preface what I'm going to say in that some people may not like this opinion, but I'm going to have it. I think that it is 1,000% unfair to David Benoit that he is blackballed.
What the fuck? You could have warned me.
Hey, man, I told you. I think that, like, I don't give Tony Khan props for a lot of things, but allowing him to be front and center on Collision was pretty fucking ballsy.
Wow.
But I mean, like, here's the thing. You shouldn't punish the child for the sins of the father. Like, he was a child when that terrible situation occurred. Like, it's not fair to him to not be able to have a career because of something that happened that didn't actually involve him. I said what I said.
Whoa.
It's Stephanie McMahon's a homewrecker.
You.
Facts.
I mean,
Also facts.
I'm just going to throw that out there also.
facts.
I mean, to be fair, he wasn't even home when it happened.
He was in
Like,
a
he was-
completely different state. You're right.
Yeah, like he was with his mom.
Yeah. And also a small child.
Yeah.
Also true. Also true. I don't think that it was by accident that there are posted AEW branded photos with him and stars. And they cut to a camera like, I don't think that was done by accident. You know what I mean? Like, you're absolutely right. But I also think the people who took the time to say hi to him kind of says how people feel. You know what I mean? Some of the workers are willing to separate the art from what happened. And I think that says something. I still say you should have warned me. That was wild. How do you tee off with that?
You can literally see my news and rumors in our shared notes.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Just saying.
That's good. You just came out of the fucking gate swinging. What's next? What's up, Jax?
I do have another one. It doesn't have me pissed off, but it's just greatness.
Yeah.
is Mike Bailey's match this weekend on GCW.
Are you talking about the Yoshihiko match?
Dude, that was pure wrestling clinic.
Why are you saying facts?
Look what Jamie said.
Oh, because we're in Nick Saban country? Yeah. Okay, I'll ask a question then. Since you brought it up, guys, let me ask your opinions, Scalz, Jax, Al. What do you think about the entertainment that is a Yoshihiko match? And I apologize if I'm mispronouncing the name, but like, what do you guys think about that? Because a lot of people, once again, I say it a lot, the old man on my porch screaming, "Get off my lawn," because I love old school pro wrestling. There's something entertaining about how well somebody has to sell when they wrestle Yoshihiko. What do you guys think about it? Is it completely ridiculous? Do you say, fuck it? Do you love it? Like, where are you guys at with the doll thing?
Not to seem like I don't know what the hell you talk about, but I have no idea what the fuck to talk about.
Oh, you know what?
Buddy.
You know what I like about Streamlabs? I'm going to pull this up right now.
He literally
So,
wrestled a doll.
This is a doll from Japan that started off as a sex doll. It comes with a person who wears all black and moves him around, and he wrestles. It's been a champion. It's been all around the world, this fucking doll. To me, it's the equivalent of someone going, I have a fucking match with a broomstick. Going, okay, show me. like it's like going, I could wrestle my fucking self.
Okay, you guys ready?
Oh, this is amazing.
All right, you ready? I'm going to have to adjust the volume on the fly so we're not blowing each other's ears out. But this is about 23 seconds of Yoshihiko and Speedball Mike Bailey via Twitter. Like,
some of the best suplexes I've ever seen other than Kurt Angle.
all right, so like now, Scalz, now that you've seen Yoshihiko, what do you think about it?
Not a fan.
Not your thing?
No. I probably would change the channel if that was on my TV.
Like it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He has to be.
Yes, he did, Jamie Rose. He wrestled a fucking sex doll.
It has to be. I'm trying to think of the right word. Like he has to be great at his craft in order to be wrestling as two people at once.
Yeah,
but it's just not my thing.
Fair enough. No, once again, one of my favorite phrases, and I say it all the time, is you don't yuck any yums. A year ago, what's up, Cam? Thanks for stopping by. A year ago, I would have, I would have hit this bad. I would have been like, this is terrible, blah, blah, blah. But wrestling in 2023 is super weird for me, guys. Like, it started when I started praising Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay both at the same time. And then I started saying nice things about the Young Bucks.
Like one.
I said like a nice thing about the Young Bucks. And then it was like Kenny Omega won me over. And I like AEW now. Like, wrestling in 2023 is weird. That's all I can say about it.
Maybe you're just weird in 2023.
I think that's more like it, because the only reason Kenny Omega has won me over is because of his matches with Will Ospreay. I still think all of the other matches in AEW are horrible because he does the same thing repeatedly over and over and over.
Well,
I concur.
The
Al is
worst
not a
thing
fan.
Kenny Omega did was leave Japan.
you think he should have stayed in New Japan?
I think he should have stayed.
His matches with Will Ospreay prove it.
That's a hot take, Jaxbo.
Because they're allowed to do the hard style and strong style, and he excels at that. Like, that's what made him how great he actually is. But now he's being dumbed down in AEW, and if he even goes to WWE, he's going to be dumbed down even more.
Shadow's daughter's a graffiti artist, apparently.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like I'm sure, again, someone's probably going to come at me for this. I'm not a huge Kenny Omega fan, But honestly, like I think in WWE he'd be pretty mid and like lost in the shuffle.
I think if they allowed him to do like Shinsuke-esque stuff, I think he could actually be quite over, and I think the fans would love him. But yes, he would be restrictive, very restricted.
I mean, they're just now letting Shinsuke do Shinsuke things.
Well,
And
that's because Triple H is there and not Vince.
Yeah.
Also fair.
That was a great match, Jamie. I did watch that one.
That was a good
I
match.
agree with it, but the key word of that match is it happened outside of AEW.
That's my point. Like those matches, what's actually got me to enjoy Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
I hated the fact in that match that Ric Flair was there with Andrade. That was unnecessary. But those matches, AAA, except Impact, his whole thing with Impact was horrible.
It was just ridiculous.
It was beneficial to AEW and AEW alone. Nobody, no wrestlers included. Nobody, nothing. Impact, nothing. AEW is the only one that benefited from that.
So Scalz wasn't a fan of belt collector Kenny Omega?
I wasn't a fan of them using Impact for their own personal gain and trashing Impact while doing it.
Jamie's on the same boat as you, Jaxbo. Big fan of Kenny and Bucks in New Japan. AEW, not so much.
If you were working with Impact, it should have been used to build Impact up to help them get a TV deal instead of where they are now. Because Impact is probably one of the better products that people can't watch unless you pay for it or your TV provider has the channel they're on. Shadow, you could say that, but I'm over here praising other companies.
The boys are coming at you hard, man.
They love to piss me off. That's what they love to do.
I'll back his up on that one, man, because you saw Kenny Omega go to AEW or go to Impact wearing the AEW belt. Tony Khan came over. The only time Impact had any TV time was when Kenny won the belt.
Like, and you brought the Good Brothers over. The Good Brothers.
Yeah, he brought the good. Whoop-de fucking do. Like, Moose didn't get to come over and get any like live TV time. Like, Callahan couldn't come over and get live TV time, and him and Moxley are like fucking boys.
I would have loved to see a death match between the two of them. We were talking about that last night. Me and
I
Will.
said that those very words last night. I said I would love to see a Sami Callahan, John Moxley death match. Like, I would love to see that.
Well,
Good Brothers are bloodsuckers, anyways.
I think you mean gold diggers.
Also that. AJ brought it up in the chat. Trinity Fatu wins over Deonna Purrazzo for the Knockouts World Championship at Slammiversary. I love Trinity. She's just amazing. I mean, Deonna's amazing too, but I feel like Trinity is finally getting the shine that she deserved and never really got in WWE.
Wait, so her 3 world championships mean nothing?
It's not that they still didn't let her really shine a whole lot.
Or the tag team run that was actually going to be beneficial until her and Sasha walked out.
I mean, they still buried the shit out of her for most of the time.
I don't think she did. They did. She was always in the title picture. She was probably one of the better wrestlers on the roster.
I don't know. I don't particularly think that they booked her very well. I mean, and that's just my own
Scalz is about to
opinion.
get real mad.
That's just my personal opinion. I mean,
okay.
Why?
For the first,
because you're gonna time me out.
For the first time in Botched Spots and Chair Shots history, Jamie is timing somebody out. So Scalz, you got to set in time out for 60 seconds, Bubba. I'll bring you right back. All right.
That feels weird. It was a big night for the Fatu family, though.
It was. Like,
because Umaga's son debuted his debut match last night.
Where was that at?
Booker T's Reality of Wrestling.
Holy shit, that's cool. That's a big, like, wow.
You didn't know?
No, I must have missed that headline.
Made his Reality of Wrestling debut. Kevin Van Vliet was there. Or Chris Van Vliet. Sorry, not Kevin. Chris Van Vliet was there.
Jamie says ROW.
Yeah, Booker T
Okay.
school. It's really like, and won the match just like you would expect him to win the match.
All right. Scalz is back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay.
Jamie, quit
Okay,
picking
I
on
can still
Scalz, please.
I can still type in a chat. It's okay.
What did you think? Did you know Umaga's son just started? Scalz?
Yeah. He debuted in ROW last night.
Yeah, I missed that headline. So look at you guys, breaking news for me on Botched. I mean, not breaking, but it is for me. So there you have it. Al, you ready to go off? What's your next thingy?
My next thing is Andrew Zarian double confirmed that AEW All In at Wembley will be a pay-per-view event and at least available for purchase on Bleacher Report. He also believes that there will be some sort of bundle for a combo purchase of that event on August 27th as well.
You can't do that. You can't do that. We'll come back in because we can't hear Allison.
Yeah, we lose Allison when you do that, Will.
Just kidding. Okay, we're gonna work that stuff out with the timeout squares.
We're gonna start that little spiel over again. So they have confirmed that All In will be a pay-per-view. That will be able for purchase on Bleacher Report. There will be some sort of bundle, supposedly for a combo purchase of that and All Out. That's a week later. I mean, it's better than paying $100, I guess, for 2 pay-per-views. But it's going to be like $75.
What do you guys think is too much money for 2 pay-per-views 7 days apart?
$75.
You think $75 is the max you'll comfortably pay?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't want to pay $50 for one. So, like,
I still think we're gonna split it like 5 or 6 ways in the Discord and scream it like we did last night. Looks like people don't know about wrestling, Jamie says. Jamie, you're just antagonizing right now. Be nice.
50 a pay-per-view is just, it's not in this climate. Like, they need to do something where they get their own show. I did not see Bruno wrestle at the Garden, you asshole. I am not that old. I think if they did something for like $70 between the two of them, that would be probably perfect for pricing. But I just found out that Fight offers a bundle for the remaining shows for AEW.
if you live outside of the United States.
Or if you have a VPN.
Okay.
Yeah. Or if you have a VPN, yeah.
So we can get.
Do you have a VPN? Do you have a VPN, Jaxbo?
My mom does.
And then stream it for everybody on the
So
VPN.
because Shadow lives outside of the United States.
All right. Use Shadow's IP.
Next, in the latest issue of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer writes that WWE's decision makers don't see it as a big deal to have someone beat Sami Zayn because they always saw Zayn as just a guy who got over as a fluke. Do y'all think that Sami getting over as much as he has been a fluke?
Who said this?
Dave Meltzer.
Oh, the joke.
Who? Dave, who?
He says that this is what the decision makers in WWE have said.
Yeah, but he's a joke. He doesn't even. He only gives 5 stars to who he wants to, and doesn't base it off of actually how the match is.
Fair. But yeah, he's saying that somebody that is a decision maker told him this. That they see Sammy's popularity as a fluke.
Speaking of Dave Meltzer and the Wrestling Observer newsletter, the patreon.com at Rivet City Radio. If those of you who have followed the show for a little bit, you guys might remember it. I used to do a thing called the Indie Wrestling Gazette, which is a quarterly newsletter that is completely indie centric. It's going to be rolling out on the Patreon. This is a good time to throw that out, I think, because the goal is to make it like Wrestling Observer used to be. Because the point was, when Dave Meltzer first started it, his opinions mattered. Okay? When he started admitting on camera that he was trading off writing good reports on people for getting information backstage, once he admitted that, he lost 100% of his journalistic integrity. Once he admitted he was trading information for good results, like, it was all out the window for me. So the plan is to make the IWG an indie-centric thing that means something like Wrestling Observer. But Dave Meltzer, he struggles for relevancy in 2023.
I mean, on Twitter yesterday, he said, "What's the record for the most 5-stars in one night? 5-star matches in one night?" Like, wouldn't you fucking know that?
Here's my it's your thing. Oh, Shadow's in trouble.
He was
Why
so
is Shadow
serious.
in trouble?
He was like, "Would you fucking know that?"
He's in trouble with his wife. She heard us say he's paying for the thing.
Oh. Oh, she's whew. Well, it's a bad time to. Shadow just agreed to pay for everybody's StreamYards, like 70. Like, it's just going to be a big charge all at once. Jaxbo's is getting thrown in there now too. Like, we're paying for everybody. Shadow's covering everybody. StreamYards for everyone.
You get a StreamYard, and you get a StreamYard, and you get a pay-per-view.
Next.
So AEW has a whole new list of rules. I'm gonna go through, I guess. So these are the things that are banned for those of you who haven't read, even though I'm sure you have. Chair shots to the head, chair shots to the back of the head, buckle bombs, moves where a wrestler falls backwards into a turnbuckle, imitating concussion or seizure symptoms while trying to sell a move, spitting, bleeding while in the crowd. So John Moxley's going to have to, keep in the ring. Using weapons or projectiles in the crowd, throwing anything with blood on it into the crowd, taking food and drinks from fans in the crowd, MJF, making contacts with fans in the crowd.
So they're taking every way that kind of made them special in the beginning.
Yeah. These things require pre-approval. Spots and bumps on the ring apron and outside. Table, ladder, chair spots in and out of the ring. Only allowed with padding. So no, concrete. Any elevated spots outside of the barricade, dives and ladder spots on stage, around the arena, and other places outside the ring. So the entire concession stand brawl situation. All pile drivers and tombstone variations, including sit-down drivers, inverted poison...
Ranas.
No, it says poison hurricanranas and vertebreakers. High risk dives are top rope moves, 450s, 630s, double moonsaults, SSP, etc. Intentional bleeding, so any sort of not just blading. Throwing people into, through, over ring steps, commentary table, bell table, or guardrails or barricades. All weapons have to be pre-approved. Throwing weapons or objects, chairs, etc. choking / strangling with hands or weapons, injury spots or angles, whether or not medical is involved or called to the ring, any physicality in the crowd or crowd
How much
brawling.
longer is this list?
Last one, any physicality involving referees, managers, extras, celebrities, or special guests.
Scalz, you and I talked about this on FNR on Friday, and you had some good points to make. Do you want to tee off on the AEW rules?
So it's not a banned list. It's you must ask permission list.
Half of it is a ban, and
No,
half of it is
the other stuff too. They said if you ask for permission to do it and let them know ahead of time, they'll still allow you to do it. So what the fuck's the point of the list of having a ban list if they're still going to allow you to do it? And it's like some of the stuff should never even have been done to begin with, like the one that AJ just posted in the chat. Like whoever thought that was great to begin with, like
yeah. MJF, pouring a drink on a kid, that was probably shouldn't have happened.
The one thing that I was concerned about was Jon Moxley and his entrance. When he walks out to the ring, he walks out with a water bottle and then tosses it into the ring, tosses it into fans. Mm-hmm. And each one of those bottles, when he does that, he signs them for somebody in the audience. So is he still going to be allowed to do that or not? Otherwise, now you're taking away from something the fans actually got out of it. It wasn't something that would hurt the fans. Like they knew it was coming.
If they're willing to bend the rules for certain things, I'm going to assume that Moxley's entrance is going to be one of them. I think that's one of the big draws that they'll probably, give him a break on, so to speak.
Do they sell them on eBay?
Probably.
Hold on, I'm looking this up. Do people really sell that shit on eBay?
Cam saying nothing will change.
Which probably is true. Because
Jax,
they asked for permission.
Jax, what do you think about it?
I think it's good to have rules and stuff, but if you're going to just let them ask for permission, then we know Tony Khan's not going to say no. It's why have them?
Liability issues, I'm sure, especially with the stuff in the crowd.
Yeah.
It's to keep them from getting sued.
For the same reason, they put a disclaimer on the back of the ticket saying, like, by purchasing this ticket, you sign a waiver that says you're willing to be filmed on behalf of AEW and all of that, right? It's kind of like an understanding. So if somebody decides to go into the crowd and break a rule, they'll get sued and not AEW now, because AEW has put a blanket that said if you don't get prior written approval, blah, 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 all this, that, or the other, then it's against the rules now. So if a talent does it without approval, AEW can go, no, this is on them, not us. We said not to do this. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
it's just a liability thing.
They probably already got sued for it, and now they're doing it in retaliation.
I tweeted the day the list came out, and that's pretty much the gist of what I said was that what the list sounds to me is that somebody cost TK a lot of money. I think it's the trainers being fed up with all these injuries and them telling management, like, hey, get your shit together. I don't disagree with that. I think it holds production accountable for sure. I think looking at it from the perspective of them wanting to make sure that there's not 5,000 Canadian destroyers, there's not 100 ladder spots or table spots, like it holds some accountability match to match with the producers. So that way at the beginning of the show, TK can go, we get 2 table spots tonight, like that's it. That way there's not a table spot on every match. That way there's able to be some build and some stuff to happen with a card, because heaven forbid we book a wrestling card the way a wrestling card should be booked.
And not just allow anything to go.
Thank you, Scalz. Jaxbo, you got anything to close on? Oh, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I think that's one of the major parts of it is that they want to allow for more things to be done instead of the same things over and over and over. They want to have the variety to show what actually everybody can do instead of everybody trying to show off their biggest and best moves that they can.
I don't need to see John Moxley bleed every Wednesday.
Yeah, that's not changing.
Yeah, you're not. They get prepared. He's gonna bleed every Wednesday.
That's not changing. He'll get permission for that.
Death, taxes, and John Moxley blading.
Fair.
Listen,
Go ahead, Jack.
if anything I've learned, Abby, because I can't pronounce
Abdullah the Butcher.
There you go. Thank you. And John Moxley are going to be in a match. They're guaranteed to bleed.
Yep.
And I want to see how these rules affect Blood and Guts this coming Wednesday.
They're doing a media call on Tuesday morning. And when we get the media call lined up, my question is going to be, were the rules that are in place now, how are they going to affect the match then? Are these guys going to sit down and have to handwrite out every spot they're going to do? Because that match, if they play the rules to the match, it's not going to be a very bloody or gutsy blood and guts match.
Kind of like Extreme Rules.
Yeah, thank you. Perfect example, Al.
Yeah. Speaking of blood and guts, Britt Baker says that she wants to have a blood and guts match for the women. What do y'all think about this? I know some people have said in the past, people who shall not be named,
Thanks, AJ.
that just because the men have a kind of match doesn't mean that the females should. But I mean, why not? If the females want to have a blood and guts match, fuck it, let them have a blood and guts match.
So, in response, the women have a War Games match in WWE. What's the difference? I mean, it's the same match. They just renamed it something so they can do it.
Yeah.
So, why not? Give them a match.
I mean, we've all seen, Britt Baker is not afraid to bleed in a match. I mean, she did it with Abaddon. She's done it. She did it with, was it Thunder Rosa that she did it with?
Yes. Oh, yeah. That was the lights out match, man. That was a wild ass match.
Britt Baker is not afraid to bleed. And
she's the female John Moxley.
Yeah. I'm here for it as long as it, here's my thing about bleeding. If it makes sense in the story, cool. But if you're bleeding to bleed, I don't know. So
yeah,
that's my opinion on
I've got one. Can I go next?
I suppose so.
Guys, this is my weekly NWA news. I want to know your opinions on it. We were talking about it before we went live because of Jax's 10 pounds of gold over his shoulder. EC3 laid down the national heavyweight title. He's relinquishing it for his shot at the 10 pounds of gold at NWA 75. Do we think this is finally the chance for Billy to right the wrong at least a little bit and to take the belt off Tyrus and put it on at least a semi, just somebody who isn't Tyrus?
Somebody who isn't Tyrus.
Tyrus is the worst world champ. He was number 10 in my power rankings.
Listen, when we saw him at the Crockett Cup in North Carolina, dude literally limps to the ring. You want me to believe that this is a world champion caliber person? He limps to the ring. No.
I mean, you're not wrong. He wins so bad that the first 3 rows pass out because of oxygen deprivation.
Who did you steal that from?
That was Cornette.
Yeah, I was like, did you steal that?
So, do you guys think EC3 is a good pick to take the belt off Tyrus? All joking aside.
How about just ABT? Anybody but Tyrus.
ABT.
Yeah,
Anybody
right.
but Tyrus.
Danhausen for the NWA.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for that to get it off Tyrus.
I would be okay with EC3 winning it.
Danhausen. What would you think about the natural Dustin Rhodes going down there for a short time? Because he said he's going to hang him up at the end of the year. You think he could go down to the NWA and be a viable contender for the 10 pounds of gold?
No.
You don't think so?
He could be. He should never win it, though.
Oh, why not? Just
That's
out of
Cody
curiosity.
To me, that's Cody and Dustin's. That's Cody and Dusty's thing.
You don't think Dustin deserves a run with a world title?
I don't think he needs a world title. He's had a Hall of Fame run without one.
Okay. Scalz, what do you think? You think Dustin Rhodes a Hall of Famer without a world title run?
Yeah.
Al?
Yeah, I mean, it would more so be, I think, honoring his dad
Fuck
more
off.
so than him getting, you know what I mean? Like, it would be an honor for him to get that belt because of his dad, not for himself. So, I mean, I don't think it'd mean as much for him.
I agree with you on that one, Ginger.
That's the whole, and that's like, it would, like, to me, it would relinquish the story going now with Cody and WWE. He wants to win the belt his father never won. And he's the only, not saying that Dustin's not a great caliber of a wrestler, nothing against Dustin. I just think winning the titles that Dusty won and the ones that he was so close to winning, that's just Cody's thing. I don't know what it is. Like, it just...
Cam says, I think it would be poetic justice for him to end his career with the NWA title.
That's kind of where my head was at by giving it to him. But the way you described it, Jax, and him not necessarily needing a title reign, like, I could get behind that. I don't necessarily think he needs it per se.
Have him go down there and challenge for the title that EC3 just relinquished.
The the national heavyweight title. Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Dustin versus Silas. Oh, the Thrill Billy. That'd be a great match.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of people that have been in NWA recently, funny enough, but it's not an NWA thing. Brian Pillman Jr. has let his AEW contract expire. He was seen recently at the WWE Performance Center, but is still a free agent and is not signed. I mean, technically, WWE can't sign anybody right now because they are on hiring freeze.
That's not true.
Has the hiring freeze been removed? Because they were supposed to be cutting $50 million.
I don't think they ever actually announced that there was a hiring freeze. I think it's just implied because they haven't brought anybody new in. I mean, they also let EY go, so they saved money on his contract. But, I mean, Pillman was at the PC this past week, so I don't think they would bring him in without him actually having interest in signing him.
Fine, Brian.
What do y'all think of him potentially being in WWE?
It's his birthright to jump company to company.
I say give that kid a 9mm and let him be the loose cannon part.
Jesus!
Yeah. Just let him. Brian's got a gun. Brian's got a gun.
Just let him run around with a gun the whole time.
That's it. Just give Pillman a gun and just let him be the loose cannon part 2. Why would that not be a bad idea? What's up, Sean? Like, how is that not a bad idea?
I think he would do well in NXT.
Yeah.
I think NXT would be a good starting point for him, and to see how quickly he would adapt to the WWE style.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's only down there for 90 days, what was it? Shadow likened it to. It's like a rehab. Let him go play AAA ball for 90 days to find out if he's ready to play for the Yankees or not.
That was me.
Right.
That
was that
I
you?
said,
Okay.
I said that.
Okay. So
Yeah, it's like a rehab stint.
yeah, let him go see if he's ready to go straight to the main event, or if he needs, you know, a little bit in developmental, play AAA ball until he's ready to fit the system.
Neat. Well, moving right along, since it was brought up, Eric Young, friend of the show, was released by his own request from WWE. He was signed in November and never actually brought out on screen. I guess he was potentially supposed to be part of the Bray Wyatt situation, but then, you know.
He also said that he wanted nothing to do with working with Vince.
Yes.
Like on a moral or personal or political level, he wanted nothing to do with Vince McMahon. And he was released, and yeah, AJ's coming in clutch. He was released in April, either right before or right after WrestleMania.
It was shortly after WrestleMania because his 90-day non-compete expired last week. They had plans for him to appear after WrestleMania, and for him to debut at that point. They already had can't think of the right word right now. Oh, I just went blank. I forget. Good.
I have something to say about the Eric Young return.
What's up, Jaxbo?
And I know we were giving all shout outs to Eric Young. He looked great last night, clean shades and everything. But can we discuss the big ass elephant in the room? A1 looks like he could go today and like be a viable fucking contender.
There were multiple people saying that A1 could have been the
that dude is
tag team
ripped.
partner. Yeah. And Lee Walker on Perched on the Top Rope, I was on his show on Thursday, and he and I were doing some Impact predictions. And when we brought it up, he brought up Team Canada by name and was like, he rattled off EY, A1, and Lance Storm as being viable options for that match. Because I said Tommy Dreamer, because I was like, I said an ECW original, so Tommy Dreamer or Sabu.
I thought it was Dreamer.
That's honestly what I thought. And then EY's great. First ever interview. He was the first guy I ever had on Botch Spots for Tea and Hot Takes, so that was pretty cool. If he's going to be in Impact, do you assume this is where he retires then? Is this his last contract?
Most likely.
Probably. He'll transition to behind the scenes eventually.
He's a great production mind. We talked about how when he started Sanity in NXT and then starting Violent by Design and Impact, how like in with the infrastructure he was with both Scott D'Amore and with Hunter in both respective promotions as far as like the planning and creative behind both of his groups. So that he's definitely got a mind for the business, just like Raven. Raven's another guy that's got a great mind for the business. Ayo.
Let's see. Moving on. Rick Steiner reportedly offered to apologize privately to Giselle Shaw for WrestleCon incident,
which she denied and didn't allow him to do. Mm-hmm. And now he's back with WrestleCon anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
They released a statement, a very long statement that I'm not going to read about it. But he did offer to apologize. She just would not accept the apology. I mean, I think it's an empty apology, and he's just doing it to save face, to be fair.
Well, I don't think it's ever okay to say hateful words, specifically the way and what he said is never okay. House of Inclusion. Thank you for the subs, Sean. That's amazing. Lots of subs just got handed out. 5 tier 1 subs to the community. Sean, the Alpha Wolf, Sean Bean. Way to go, Sean. Thank you, sir. This is kind of a yucky topic. Nobody likes to really handle this stuff. You have to handle it with little linen gloves because of the way things are in 2023. I don't think that kind of hate has any place in pro wrestling at all for anything. And I think that's just the best way to put it.
I agree.
So 2 you should have warned me about.
Again, you have full access. See my news. I mean, I don't really remember. Anywho, Josh Alexander returns to Impact at Slammiversary. Another friend of the show.
Jaxbo, you look happy about it. You like the walk?
I was fucking popped. We were watching it. It was me, self-petting Husky last night, and I popped like it was fucking Mad Money coming out of Puerto Rico. I was like, it's the fucking weapon! Like, losing my shit. My dad goes, is everything okay? I was like, it's the walking fucking weapon's back.
2 minutes before it happened, Scalz sent me a message and said, you think there's going to be a big return? And then Jack, like, his music hit, and I was like, fuck, Scalz, how'd you know? Like, literally, like, seconds before it happened.
You want to know how? Because they were still with the show for too long after.
10 minutes left.
Yeah,
I saw when you said it. I saw
well, it's not even the time that was left
or whatever, right?
It was not even the time that's left. WWE likes to end at that time. Like, it's a weird time. Anything between 10:45 and 10:55 is usually when it ends. But when they're still in the ring for 2 minutes after he won, something is going to happen. I said, so we're going to see a surprise return here?
And boom, as soon as he said it, Josh Alexander. And I forgot, like, he was one of those guys that got injured and kind of got out of the picture. And then Impact's built all this momentum, and they're putting out these great fucking stories. And then Josh Alexander shows up, and you're like, Josh Alexander isn't even part of this yet. Like, I'm with Jax, huge Alexander guy. I fucking lost it. I was so happy it was him. I'm ready to see Alex Shelley and Josh Alexander for fucking sure.
Oh, yeah. Like, I'd have loved to see him and Nick Aldis, but I'm just saying.
I think we'll get an Aldis match with Walking Weapon if he wins the title back.
Touching base off of that, Jax. Aldis is not signed to a long-term deal. I think that's the reason.
That is true.
So and what AJ just said, I did not agree with 5 of those titles changing hands. Like, I feel like something was going on with Impact when all of a sudden now you're having like changing of the guard. Like, is Impact
it was almost
okay?
like a hard reset. It was almost like a hard reset.
It was like they sold the company and they have a new owner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened WCW Nitro, the very last one. They changed pretty much every title that night, changed hands.
And a lot of people have brought this up on Twitter, is you had 3 African Americans win titles last night in Impact.
Leo Rush, Kenny King,
and then Trinity.
Yeah, absolutely. Super glad Trinity got it. You deserve this 1,000%. Go Trinity.
Ricky Starks and Willow Nightingale respectively win the Owens Hart Cup tournament.
That was very violent.
That was very violent.
I could have done without Willow. I felt Ruby should have had it since this was her 2nd consecutive year being in the finals.
Yeah.
So glad Ricky Starks beat CM Punk though.
Jax, what do you?
Agree,
go ahead.
Jax didn't like how the match ended. He said that earlier.
I agree with the pin. I don't agree with the fucking hand on the rope. It should have been a clean pinfall victory if Punk was going to put over Starks like that. Starks got fucked at the end of that match.
The AEW technical issues. I heard about it. People's streams breaking up and stuff. Like, if you were watching it on apps, like your stream dropped. It didn't happen on the Xfinity app downstairs that recorded it on the DVR. It streamed the whole time. So, but I did see on Twitter a lot of people saying the technical stuff died halfway through the show. Did either of you have any issues when you went to watch it live or when you watched it on your DVR?
I watched it back because I was watching Impact live. I had no issues.
That's what I did. I watched Impact live, and then I watched back the Battle of the Belts recording.
I don't record Collision or Battle of the Belts.
Really? You don't watch it? Which
The only AEW show that I record is Dynamite.
what wrestling do you watch live every week, Scalz? Do you like which shows?
Normally, I watch Raw, NXT, SmackDown every week.
Okay.
And then I'll go back and watch Dynamite. I never watched Rampage normally because we have a show going on. But based off of Collision, with the way it's been, I might start recording it on Saturday nights because it actually has been probably their better show out of the three ones.
I watch Raw, Dynamite, SmackDown live, and then everything else is just when I get to it on the DVR. And like I usually try to get it the next morning, so I'm usually caught up before lunchtime the day after in most cases.
Go away, Shadow.
AEW, shocking.
Mickey James says that she only agreed to a GCW match because Allie Ketch was her opponent.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
Mickey James.
Mickey James.
She's a Hall of Famer, or should be.
She's amazing.
Pretty much, I love her. And she likes your glasses.
No, not these glasses. The other glasses that broke.
It was the other pair? Jeff Hardy's going. Yeah, Jeff Hardy is making an appearance in GCW.
I
So
thought he wasn't going to be doing outside things because he was trying to make sure he didn't get injured.
this is just an appearance. He's not working a match.
Okay.
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see how that'll happen.
I don't necessarily think it'll go. He may not be in a whole. Yeah, it may not be a whole match, but he's definitely going to have a spot of some sort. I agree. Mickey James getting booked by Brett Lauderdale tells you the amount of pull he's starting to have when it comes to the bigger companies who can take independent bookings. Because Mickey James is a great get for GCW. Like across the board. Like that's a phenomenal book. So hats off to Brett Lauderdale for getting Mickey James on a GCW show. Allie Ketch is also a fantastic talent.
I bet that's probably because of Matt Cardona.
If you give Scalz the choice between a million roaches in his room and watch AEW live, he's choosing.
Fuck that. No way.
Shadow and Jamie came out of the gate for you tonight, Scalz. They're here to heckle you in the chat, brother.
Well.
Now, what else you got for us?
Eddie Kingston says that competing in the G1 Climax means everything to him.
I can see it.
Yeah.
He was in the power rankings as he won the New Japan Strong title.
Agreed. And then my last one is kind of a funny.
What's your last one?
Ric Flair has a new mushroom-infused energy drink called Woo Energy.
Like psychedelic mushrooms?
I think so.
Or
No. It's
like, because if that's the case, I'm going to the store.
Are you sure?
Let me pull it back.
I was gonna say, I told you, man, you're gonna have your fucking sources ready.
Like if it's psychedelics, I'm about to go to the store and talk to my hobby, the smoke shop up the road, and be like, "Yo, man, you need to get this, bro."
Let's see. The Woo Energy mushroom-infused energy drink from the Nature Boy is now available at wooenergy.com. A six-pack of the drink is going to be $30, but you must be 18 to purchase. So let's go to Woo Energy.
That's a good sign.
The new mushroom-infused energy drink contains a blend of lion's mane, cordyceps, chaga, turkey tail, shiitake, maitake, and reishi mushrooms.
That's not disgusting.
And cognitive function and provide clean energy without jitters or sugar crashes.
So it's not a
hallucinogen.
Thank you, Scalz.
I saw the headline and I thought it was funny. So.
Oh no, it's great.
There's other ones too that are going to be blended with taurine, theanine, and gotu kola extract, and they have 150 milligrams of caffeine with a modest 6 grams of sugar. Available in dragon fruit, lemon, and strawberry banana flavors.
Honestly, like you can't fucking
Modest.
like we'll pull up the website because I want y'all to see these cans.
Okay, send it to me.
Okay.
We're gonna take a look at the Woo cans, I guess.
The Woo cans. Because they're pretty
My
funny.
8-week-old son has more hair than Scalz. Man, leave my boy Scalz alone, guys. Y'all are picking hard.
Ric Flair sip.
You sent it to my cell phone and not my computer?
You can. It's Woo with 1, 2, 5 O's.
He just pulled it up. Ric Flair looks like he's 20 again.
Fucking Jesus.
Here we go. I finally got it.
It's awful.
That's a real life thing. Fused energy. Dude, look at that. That's a Ric Flair can if I've ever seen one.
Right? Like,
And on the back, diamonds are forever, and so is Ric Flair.
like mushroom infused energy drink sounds disgusting.
Oh, so it's mushroom infused, and then it has the flavors dragon fruit, lemon, or strawberry banana. Weird.
I'm gonna buy some just for the nostalgia of having them.
Right? Like I just want to buy like a can of it to like put on the shelf because it's
They should do like they do have a variety pack. We get 2 of each,
yes.
Yeah, you can get
so you can get all.
They got
3
one on-
cans.
they got one on eBay.
Of course.
You get 4 of each for $58. You get a 12-pack.
One of those for collection purposes. Let's split the cost. We'll buy a big case. Everybody, we'll get to it. Share it in the Discord. We'll split it up and we'll ship everybody a different can from the pack. We'll split it. However many cans come in a pack, we'll buy it and then we'll split it that many ways. That way everybody gets a can. I've got one on my list and then we'll get ready to plug it and go home. Kushida won the Ultimate X. Since everybody seemed to have really enjoyed Impact from beginning to end, opening with the Ultimate X match and Kushida winning it, how did you guys feel about that Ultimate X match overall?
Disappointed.
Yeah.
Did it seem very middle of the road compared to some of the other ones?
Normally they steal the show, and last night I could have done without that match. I mean, I'm happy Kushida won because I do like Kushida, but anybody could have walked away with that match and it probably wouldn't have made a difference.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
No, yeah, you're good.
Sorry, no, I thought I lost you there for a second.
No, you're good.
No, it was just it just wasn't like what I'm used to seeing as Ultimate X. Like I wanted more flippy shit.
Not enough flippy shit.
And I wanted stupid flippy shit too. Like I don't know. Like I was shocked for Jake something. I remember at one point the chain broke on the X and it's hanging by one. I'm thinking that fucker's gonna fall. That X is gonna fall. This match is fucked.
All right. Well,
I have one thing.
what's up, Scouts?
What does everybody think of what happened with Don Callis after the AAA main event?
I did not see Triple Mania. Clue me in.
So after AAA, after the main event, Vikingo was attacking Kenny Omega. Not Vikingo. Takeshita came out and attacked Kenny Omega, and then I believe it was reported today because originally it was reported that a fan came and attacked Don Callis, but it was one of the cameramen that turned around and started attacking him, and he had to go to get checked out by. He had to go to the hospital and get checked out.
Oh wow.
So wait, it wasn't a work. Somebody legitimately
No.
just a
Somebody-
cameraman just turned on Don Callis and attacked him.
Yep, was choking him out and everything else.
That's crazy. If I was AAA, I would be prepared because they're about to get sued by AEW, by Don Callis, by New Japan, by Impact, anybody that's got Don Callis like booked for appearances anytime soon. Like AAA is going to get sued hard for it but they might be able to turn it. I mean, Don Callis, if he says it's a shoot, then there's nothing they can do about it. They're going to get sued hard as fuck then.
Yeah, it says everything was up to an angle at that point, but then a fan who apparently was upset about what Don had said to Kenny jumped down from behind, ripped the suit, concussed his eardrum, and busted open his mouth while trying to choke out Don from behind. Don was screaming profanities at the fan before he was pulled off and was said to be livid afterwards.
Wow.
Yeah, don't jump the barricade unless you're ready to get your shit stomped in. Like, that's wild. And if it's a shoot, then like I said, I'm 100% convinced everybody involved is going to sue the absolute hell out of AAA then. Jimmy
That's
Rose,
crazy.
thank you, brother. All right, guys. Well, before we get ready to plug everything and go home, do a little housekeeping for it. Everybody in the chat, click the link in the description. Make sure you follow the Off the Top Discord. You'll get all the links to when all the new shows go on, when everything goes live. Follow the Discord for Off the Top Media. If you're interested in merch, check out angrylemonade.com/botchbots and share shots. That's where all the botchbots and share shots merch is, all of that good, fun stuff. If you've got Amazon Prime, send us a subscription. Give us that Bezos money. Subscribe using Amazon Prime for free. It doesn't cost you anything, and we keep the money out of his pocket. So send it our way. Send it Jax's way. Send it Off the Top. Send it to Creation World. Send it to somebody. Just keep it from going back to Amazon. If you're really generous and you want to help the bigger Rivet City Radio adventure as a whole, go to patreon.com/Rivet City Radio and donate that $5 a month. You get some cool exclusive content with the My GM mode. Off the Top takes on My GM mode over there. The Rivet City Radio power rankings are going to be updated tomorrow. You've got the After Dark, the Hill Support Group with Max and Colby, the Raw Rewind, which is all starting. So tons of Patreon exclusive stuff. So head over there. It's only $5 a month. Then you get to help a good cause out. But guys, Jaxbo, tee us off. Tell everybody where to find you, where you stream at, what you got going on, what's new with the Wrestltok Wolfpac, brother.
Well, Wrestltok Wolfpac's coming up on its year anniversary very shortly. We're going to have a big interview for that one. You can find me at kick.com/Ginger Ninja Jaxbo 89. I do like wrestling watch-alongs and play 2K23. And just a chill environment, and just I'm very 420 friendly over there. I like to get that out of the way. So it's just a very chilled, relaxed environment. We don't take too much stuff too serious.
Scalz, my off-the-top brethren.
You can find me on Off the Top Media, either on Twitch or YouTube, and then Off the Top Media _ on TikTok and Twitter. I also have a Kick. It's the same as Twitter and YouTube. Jaxbo, I sent you a follow when we started the show tonight.
Oh, thank you. Let me go there.
Al?
You can find me on Instagram and Threads, TikTok, and the tweeters for now at justagirl918, where I post shit. I don't know. I've gotten really bad about posting lately. Things have been.
Oh, shit.
Where I post shit.
Where I post shit. No, life's it's been a very crazy summer. I'm hoping things are going to start being less crazy in the household, and I will be able to go back to live tweeting and doing the things that I like to do, like making New Heel support group comics. So hopefully that is something that occurs, and then I am hoping to get my show, the Boss Bitch Power Hour, off the ground. So yes, follow me in the places.
Okay. I guess we did all the damage we can do, guys. I guess that's it.
Did you know the human head weighs 8 pounds?
But now, as we close another episode of Botched and Chair Shots, I want to take a minute and thank you for listening. Remind you to go wherever you do anything on the internet and like, follow, subscribe, unsubscribe, then subscribe again. Leave a comment telling me how great I am or how great Jaxbo's beard looks tonight. Either way, it helps the algorithm. It helps us find new listeners. If you're feeling really generous and be one of the VIP people, head over to patreon.com and donate to the Rivet City Radio Podcast Network. You get some fantastic swag, and we get some fantastic guests. It's a win-win for my boy Scalz, my boy Jaxbo, and the boss bitch, Miss Al. I am the Will Gray. Thanks for stopping by and listening, my people.
Arrivederci.